Here's an idea. What if every movie took place in the same universe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Erik Scott.
What up? It's your boy, Rich Mike.
Yo, it's Armand.
Was it the best movie I've ever seen? Yeah, probably.
Thank you, baby.
And this is Across the Movieverse.
Yeah.
Yo, what are we talking about?
When was the last time you watched Air Bud, Sam?
Probably 1999.
Yeah, probably when it came out for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me quick get a synopsis. Airbud.com.
Oh, that is not a dog website.
Yeah. It reminds me of one time I was in I think I was in high school and I went to go look up Dick's Sporting Goods online to look for lacrosse tape, and I just typed in dicks.com because that's like what you called it. And just so many dicks popped up, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, my dad is gonna know I'm gay now.
Yeah, dude. That sounds like what
there.
you.
No, he's gonna know it, not think.
That sounds like the excuse you gave to your dad. Like, no, I just need lacrosse tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how come you search several other similar sites right after?
You go to ballsandshafts.org.
Also, sporting goods.
He's got the goods.
It's long. You know, let's watch the trailer.
Which movie?
Airbud.
Yeah.
I watched the first shot. Hold on.
The first basketball shot or the first scene shot?
I think his first shot, dog.
He took a lot of shots because he was an alcoholic. Little known fact, Air Bud was an abusive alcoholic. He was humping everybody's legs on set.
Yeah.
And
He couldn't score a basket unless he got a nice line of coke.
he'd show up hungover and he'd say, "I'd need a little hair of the me to get through it."
Does
Him and
hair of the me.
him and a bunch of other dogs are always playing poker.
Wait, can he only play with a deflated basketball?
Him and Tom Brady, Deflategate, the real Deflategate, Air Bud.
Air Bud, yeah.
Nothing in the rule book says you can't.
No.
No. Well,
the dog can't play.
he can't. He normally doesn't bite the ball, but I think for football games in Air Bud 2, golden receiver, they've got to play. If he's catching a ball, that's got to be a deflated football. I think that's where Tom Brady got the idea.
Yeah.
Do you
He's
think
like, hey.
whoever came up with that started with the phrase golden receiver and worked backwards?
Yeah, they reverse engineered the movie.
Do you think it hurts his face jamming into the ball like that?
Well, it looks
Yes.
like he opens his mouth.
So are his teeth hitting it?
Yeah, it's like he clamps the ball and pushes it up, if that makes any sense. Obviously with his momentum, but it looks like every time he would hit the ball, he would open his mouth. And
I'm pretty sure in one of the later movies, it's called Air Buddies, and it's like his puppies. It's in the future, and the dogs can talk in these ones. And I think a bunch of the dogs like died on set. Like they kept having to get new dogs. Like they were like horribly abused. Yeah.
I heard something like that.
My this one girl, our other second assistant on fire, her husband, he's a first AC, and he pulled focus on a lot of cool ass movies, and one of them was George of the Jungle.
Oh,
And
nice.
that toucan, so the elephant was like super nice, great animal, like never any problems, and then they had to buy this toucan that was a ridiculous amount of money, like close to like Brendan Fraser amount of money.
Is this true?
Yeah, like so it's this one toucan that can do this thing, and they were like, hey, we really want a shot where the toucan flies on the elephant. And the owner of the elephant was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like usually when that happens, he reacts in a negative way. He might kill the bird or he might do something. So they're like, no, like let's get it, let's try to do it. So they're like, all right. So they tried to do it, and the fucking bird lands on the elephant, and the elephant with his trunk just fucking sucks it up and just launches it at the wall immediately. Dead.
Oh no.
I love that story.
So
the director's like losing his mind. He goes, "Why couldn't it have been Fraser? Why'd you kill the toucan?"
Is this a true story?
Man. Yeah, true story. Yeah. If you ever run into Steph,
Brendan
have her-
Fraser.
Yeah, if you ever run into
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser, ask him. But yeah, this and like Paul DeMar, who's the first who's married to Steph, she said that he was just everybody was just like dead silent for like a good minute and was just like, what the fuck? Just dead toucan on the floor.
Jeez.
Wait, so did the elephant like grab it and whip it at the wall?
Yeah. Yes.
That's wild.
That's so funny.
And the funny part is that like it was just so expensive and they
Yeah.
really wanted the shot and they were told like, I don't know, man.
Man.
They probably spent
So-
so much money on it.
Yeah, well, you said it was almost the same price as Brendan Fraser, which makes me think this is an expensive toucan or Fraser's just real cheap. Like
It's probably
Like-
both. Yeah.
got
Expensive
him for next to
toucan.
nothing. Yeah. Toucan,
I mean,
Toucan Sam.
she might have exaggerated on the expensive part, but like it was a ridiculous amount of money for this animal, like way more than the elephant and everything.
Well, and
It's like-
arguably it would be easier to replace Brendan Fraser than it would be to replace this like trained toucan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anybody can be George of the Jungle. Here's Mikey.
Mike.
There he is.
What up, Mike?
Boy. There he is.
All right, boys. Sorry about that. We're in.
We're
It's all
in.
good.
All right,
We've been recording
start.
for a little bit too, jazzing a little. So,
All right.
all right. Well, welcome to Across the Movieverse. We're here with our special friend Sam, formerly dead Ghost Sam. He's back. And then, yeah, how are you guys holding up in quarantine?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, same.
I was supposed to go to Denver this weekend, and
yeah.
that was, of course, canceled, but I was still off work. And I couldn't believe that it was only fucking Friday yesterday. I was goddamn dying.
For whatever
Oh,
reason, I
gross.
just when you said that assumed you made your Denver plans like a week ago,
Yeah.
and like we're bummed that they didn't work out.
I made them like a month ago, so for real cheap. So I wasn't like, it was before it really, really took off.
Yeah,
And I
Still
got
a
a
maybe.
credit. Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah, I've had 3 weddings already canceled. There's
Damn.
one in April this past weekend.
All of your mistresses were pissed. all three of your weddings got canceled.
all
three lined up.
unrelated to quarantine. You just objected.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, I guess we have to
I-
cancel it.
I finally
Canceled 3
realized.
weddings.
Yeah, what am I
That's
doing?
how weddings work. That's the rule.
I can't marry these chicks. I need dudes, you know.
Mhm. No,
You-
my friend had
You
a
keep making that revelation over and over again.
Yeah.
But you don't write it down, so you forget. Gotta put the note in your phone.
Yeah, right.
man. You guys so this week we watched Air Bud, a classic.
Absolute classic.
But before we get to it, have you guys watched anything else this week that you want to anything fun? I got some stuff.
yeah, I
going
watched.
on.
Go ahead.
I
Sam.
watched this was last week. I watched Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's Billboard Dad.
Oh, that's good.
That was a classic. It
That was online dating before.
yeah,
you
revolutionary.
Now your dad's you can get on Tinder and stuff. You used to have to fucking rent a New York City
Mhm.
billboard. It's real pain. in the
One of
ass.
the best scene is when it's like, drop the billboard, just dad. Justin Timberlake.
What's that movie? What's the movie about? I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Well,
They-
But I
the
can
dad,
just by
the
that
dad's
little
name,
description, I figured it out.
The dad.
his
he's
name
sad.
is Billboard.
Yeah.
Billboards, Billboards. Yeah.
The dad's really
Billboard to
sad.
you.
He's an artist. The wife died a while ago. The kids, the sisters, they want to get their dad back out there, back in the dating scene. So they put up like a dating want ad type thing on a billboard.
I
for
figured that
like
the mom had died. I hope the Mary Kate and Ashley weren't posting billboards to help their dad cheat on their mom.
Oh, that would be a
Pretty
good reboot.
Yeah.
I love how the girls are like, let's put his face out there. You know, you're beautiful, Dad. Like someone's gonna find you. Whereas
It's
like
Dennis
if
Quaid.
he had sons, they would have been like, all right, Dad, you need to go. You need to
It's
buy a
not
couple
that it's
hookers. You
played.
know, go to
Yeah.
Vegas, blow a bunch of money, found some hookers, and
Billboard
it's gonna be all right.
Billboard Baggins.
The movie, it was good. Definitely, I'm trying to remember what it was. There's definitely stuff in it where you're like, oh, they wouldn't do that now. Like one of the jokes was, one of his dates had a lot of armpit hair, and like,
And that's fine.
yeah, it's fine. And
Totally
okay.
fine.
yeah,
Back
like
in the
now,
90s,
like,
though, no way, dude.
like then that was a good gag. Now, like they would just avoid that by like they would like drive a mile out of the way just to not even
Yeah.
broach that subject.
Yeah.
Like make a comment that she always wears shirts, long sleeve shirts or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or is like never reaches for anything on the top shelf or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a slight change in culture when what is it, New Guy, when Zoe, what's her name, Zoe Deschanel, is that her
Yeah.
name?
New girl.
No, so New Guy, the movie New Guy with what's his name, really skinny dude, he was in
DJ Quill.
Quill, yeah, him. There's a part
Quill.
where Zoe's she just has hairy ass armpits, and then they like lift it up and it makes like a fucking gorilla noise or something weird.
I miss comedy. Let's make comedy great again.
that's what I hear whenever whenever that happens. I live in Bushwick, Brooklyn. I see a lot of that.
Is that why they call it Bushwick?
It used to be just Wick. Drop the book. Bush, just Wick. Dude, I watched Schindler's List and The Matrix last night.
Ooh, that's an interesting cocktail.
Double feature.
Yeah.
You know, two topics widely debated on Reddit. Are we in a simulation? Both excellent works of fiction. No,
Yeah.
it's have you guys ever seen it?
Yeah.
Red pill versus Jewish girl in a red dress.
Ooh,
I don't know. I think that both those movies were a bit preachy.
Yeah.
Have you seen Schindler's List? It's so long. It's like 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's longer than the actual Holocaust
long.
was.
I mean, one movie you have amazing action, and then another you have Keanu Reeves. It's a win-win.
Well, and the best part of it, I didn't realize that that Oscar Schindler was such a poon hound. The guy
He was?
What?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
was like a rich businessman, and I didn't expect to see like he gets laid. They show 4 different times him having sex with different women, and he's got a wife, and it's implied that he's banging all these other women. Which and this was before he was even a hero. Like I assumed after the war,
Oh my God, you're right.
there was going to be some thankful Jewish women, tossing him a little gefilte fish. If you know what I mean. But
the best thing about
before that,
the best thing about that movie is that the German guy is played by, for some reason, I don't think they ever explain it. It's played by like a 9 foot tall Irish giant.
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph
No.
Fiennes.
No,
Ralph
fucking
Fiennes.
Oscar Schindler.
Oh yeah.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Well, see, I mean, there's one scene where he kisses on the mouth and like grabs the face of his whole female staff, and the real list I want to see is the women he's had sex with. That's the Schindler's List I'm trying to get a peek at.
That's the real list. It's a little black book.
But yeah, that's what I tuned into last night.
Good
movie.
I watched League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Road to Perdition.
Nice.
And, Den of Thieves, all very good movies.
Hell yeah.
You finally get an evil-esque Tom Hanks in Road to Perdition, the only movie kind of a villain in. And even the villain that he plays is just like my dad, like just like a standoffish father is the biggest.
I was gonna say,
it's like, yeah, I've seen that before. Tom Hanks, come on.
He's like kind of the adversary or whatever in Catch Me If You Can, but even that, he's just like doing his job and is a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like in Schindler's List, there's nothing wrong with a man doing his job.
Dude, that
Those Nazis were just doing their job. So
Shaw's
much like Tom Hanks and the Nazis.
and
doing their
just
jobs.
doing their job.
Mr. Smith or whatever in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Agent Smith.
Vigo.
Agent Smith. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Hugo Weaving.
Speaking of Viggo Mortensen, I watched Captain Fantastic. Very
that?
good movie.
I need
Very
to see
good. He hangs dong in the movie.
What?
So if that's not enough to
You
get
can see it now.
Yeah.
Someone hangs dong in a movie, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Got a nice little red suit on.
Yeah.
Are you looking at it right now, Scully?
Yeah.
He's got a nice red suit on.
Yeah. And he's taking it off.
It just pops up out of nowhere. It's I think we should get back to our European roots of showing more nudity, casual nudity in film. I think is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
America's a bunch of prudes.
Might move to Bushwick and just let it all out.
They should when they put the ratings like R for nudity, they should put whether it's male or female nudity, and that way I can get a better idea of what I'm waiting on, or
just for you.
Yeah. D for dong, T for tits, you know.
I feel like they'd probably go a little more anatomically correct.
The rating system is more vulgar than the actual movie.
I want the character, and I want the minute, like in Bloodsport, when you see a little bit of Jean-Claude Van Damme's the top of his ass crack. I'd like to see a JV D B C.
You
need like a decoder thing just to decipher it.
Hold on, I gotta get my decoder ring that I got in my box of Cracker Jacks.
Some big spreadsheet. You're like going through it.
You're sweating. You got red string put all over. Okay, I think I got it.
one letter off, and you're just gotta start all over.
Might as well.
I wonder how many. Back to, I mean, I guess winding this all back into Air Bud. I wonder how many shots got ruined from like a red rocket popping out.
Yeah.
They're like, buddy, come on.
That's a good point.
Like every time he went for a hug, you know, he just started popping out.
The final basketball scene was that must have taken days to shoot. Like, it's just a dog running around. The plan for that must have just been like, all right, whatever direction the dog takes the ball, that's now your hoop that you go and score on.
Probably.
So just keep running with it. It's just
think,
absolute mayhem on the court.
Do you think, I'd like to imagine that after the other kids realize how good Air Bud is, they all start trying to shoot the same way he does, and they're just smashing their faces against the ball.
Well, spoiler alert, there's one scene, one kid can't catch a ball, and the coach keeps him after the game and is just rocketing basketballs at him.
Yeah.
And he has like a bloody nose, which I didn't realize how dark Air Bud got.
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe that kid, if anybody, realized that it's not possible to shoot a basketball like right from the beak. But let's do a
mind.
Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Oh no, I was just saying, in my mind, Air Bud and Hoosiers blend together, and they're just like the same movie.
Air Bud's Rudy.
Air Bud could beat the team of Hoosiers. Those basketball players sucked. They're all white. They're not one of them dunks. And they were the best team in the 50s. One guy shoots underhand.
I'm Googling Air Bud stuff. Just out of,
Imagine how boring sports were before they let black people start playing.
Dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unbearable to watch. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
But there's this clickbait article here that's, is Donald Trump Air Bud? What could that possibly be?
It means whatever you want it to.
Yeah, right?
Just written by a computer. Just random words.
Well, let's dive into a quick summary of Air Bud. Does anybody want to give that a shot? And then I got some specific points.
So real quick, this family moves in to this new town. Where are they at?
They're in Fernfield. I'm not sure. That's the name of the town.
Coast.
Indiana for sure.
But anyway, so
Fernfield, where anything is possible.
yes,
That's
so it's when they go in, yeah.
Is that what it says on the street sign?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
yeah. So this family moves in. They just lost their dad. He was a pilot. So he died in a crash. So the kid's not talking to anybody. And then eventually Airbud, who is owned by a clown. What's his name? Michael Schneebly or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something Sneebly.
Mr. Schneebly.
Terrible owner.
Schneebly.
Doesn't give a shit about the dog. He just wants money. So Airbud ends up falling off in his cage out of his truck, finds the kid, and they build a relationship. They play basketball together. Airbud basically turns around their basketball team, turns them into winners. They go on and win the championship. At the end of the movie, the guy is like, hey, I got some papers. This is my dog. They ended up getting washed away. So what they do is they say, put the dog in the middle. Wherever he goes. And he ends up going to the little kid and happy ending.
I like to imagine that's how they do child custody battles too.
Yeah.
Like the whole town is there, and then they're standing on each side saying, "Come here, come on,
like, come here." The little kid,
was
like
what
3 years old, can barely walk.
What a mockery of the justice system, where it's just a fucking popularity contest. I was like, this man has papers. He's the rightful owner of this dog, this talented dog.
Yeah. Well, first thing that stuck out, opening credits, produced by none other than Harvey Weinstein and his, the Weinstein Bros, which is my least favorite bagel place to go to. And which, so I guess the guy's not all bad. He had some wholesome things in mind.
Do you think he put peanut butter on his nuts and made Air Bud lick his nuts to get the role?
I mean,
who knows?
He's like, he took out the peanut butter and he scratched my belly.
Yeah. I hope we can find some.
Harvey Weinstein was humping his leg.
I hope we can find some footage of that interview or something, or I don't know. Hopefully,
we might be able to get a call in later.
Yeah,
we gotta block the Weinstein's number, dude. He should not call in again.
Oh, well, that was Harvey Weinstein, the stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
different guy. And, the owner that was the clown, the original owner, they show him at a birthday party, and he's a terrible clown. He's very bad, but I remember growing up, I had at least one, potentially two friends with their like stepdads or dads were clowns.
What?
And
maybe two.
Did you guys not have that?
No.
Yeah, they were always a stepdad too. It was never the dad that was the clown.
I've never met a clown's kid in my life.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I remember going to those kids' birthday parties and the stepdads were there, and we would just like beat up the clown. Like, just like
this
was
very Fat Liar.
Yeah, dude, you're stepping on its feet. You're like, it's got those big shoes. Chain smoking cigarettes.
Is this
I'm
true?
pretty sure I had two separate friends in high school with clown dads.
And he would just come to the party and just get the shit kicked out of him?
I mean, I think he just it was
No,
his house. The party was at his house.
So he hosted a party to then let you guys kick the shit out of him.
Well, yeah, I think that's what the kid wanted for his birthday. They didn't have a lot of money. That was the only that was the only present. That's the only present they could get.
Fair enough.
Did you guys notice when they moved into so they're moving towns, they never say exactly why they're moving. Maybe it's the dad passed away.
That's my guess.
Yeah, but they move into this enormous house. The house is huge, and the mom's on the phone saying she's going to work at the napkin factory and that she's got to get another job at night. It's like, how you're a single mother, lady. You're not going to be there.
Buy a smaller
house. Yeah, rent an apartment.
Single mother. The kid's always playing with the dog. The daughter is nowhere to be found ever in the movie.
The daughter's a baby too.
Yeah, I know. So
they have a framed article from the newspaper of their dad getting murdered or getting killed in a test pilot crash. Why would you frame that up? I get an idea.
Yeah,
It's like putting in an obituary, like
It's
like
so weird.
my grandma's obituary and framing it.
Yeah.
It's even weirder.
Yeah, he just looks at it too. I have a bunch of obituaries hanging in my room. My mom keeps, whenever I go home for a funeral, she snagged like family members and like family friends. So I just have all these old people's obituaries on my wall in my childhood bedroom. Makes jerking off real weird.
or maybe more fun for
Got some ghosts watching you.
Yeah.
That's how wet dreams happen. Actually, it's a ghost
Jerking you up. Yeah.
Better than a Ouija board.
Yeah,
Well, when they're first driving into town, they hit the Airbud's cage that is falling off the clown's truck, and then they just keep driving. And the kid sees a dog dressed as a clown. Like, what kind of family keeps going? Like,
Yeah.
you hit a dog cage, and then you see like a beautiful golden retriever dressed wearing clothes. Clearly not
That alone
clearly
is-
late for work. And then you just keep going.
Yeah, he
The
just
kid-
gave him a stare.
The kid's dad just died. I'm sure he's been seeing a lot of things, and he was just trying to. He thought he was seeing a mirage. Like
Right.
last week, he told his mom about his dad in an astronaut suit that he saw wearing, and she didn't believe him.
Yeah.
Dog in a clown suit. Come on.
I bet like wintertime Jack Frost style, he builds a snowman and that's his dad. And then
I was thinking, is Air Bud the kid's dad?
that is a popular theory online, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the theory?
That Air Bud is the kid's dad.
The
His kid's dead dad.
reincarnated.
Oh wow.
Imagine him giving him the sex talk. He's like, all right, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to sneak up on her from behind.
You're gonna want to really dig your nails in the side.
Yeah.
The original cut of this movie was 2.5 hours long, and there was a heavy Air Bud and mom love story going, but they took out the kissing. Not all the
Oh,
kissing
yeah.
though.
Yeah, rubbing the belly. They're drinking wine together.
Yeah.
When Charlie's the kid's name, right? Or am I making that up?
No.
What's it? Whenever he goes into he's like hiking around the woods trying to find a place, and he finds an old church, and he clears out with a basketball hoop, and that's where he's reunited with Air Bud and meets him. But when I saw that old church in the woods, I was thinking like that has got to be like molestation central. Like if my kid came home and said I was playing with a dog that shoots basketballs in the church in the woods, I'd call the cops.
Yeah. 100%.
It's like, yeah, it's a dog. He's a clown too. He likes pudding.
Loves pudding.
He loves
oh my God.
my pudding.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they used to get me out of my room, is they'd leave pudding cups out of that.
And you would grab it with your hand. You would just look.
Look it down. Man, when he's in school, and they show a cutaway to an old black janitor, I point at the screen. I go, "Yep, there he is.
There's my man."
Can't wait to see what he says."
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Arthur,
Best character in the movie, I'd say.
Arthur,
Firing.
Arthur what? Famous basketball. Turns out to be a famous basketball player for the New York Knicks.
Arthur Chaney. Yeah.
Arthur
he's
Chaney,
just working as a janitor now. No one believes him. The kid asks him to sign a basketball card that he has, and the janitor says, "No, it's not him." Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it when people say that in movies and they go, "Oh, that guy, he died years ago."
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be able to say that to someone one day.
You got to go through a big transformation, like Darth Vader-esque.
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner, Darth Vader, the big two. The big two transformations.
You think Caitlyn Jenner for the first like 2-3 months was saying that? Hey, what happened to Bruce? Oh, that man died years ago.
Yeah, and it probably works.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, Bruce never existed. It was always Caitlyn.
It was always Caitlyn. Yeah. Wow.
Sorry, just looking for my parade.
Yeah.
Being a goddamn hero.
Bunch of transgender and females outside applauding you right now.
Here, I'm so progressive. I don't even think transgender's a thing. I think you're just whatever you want.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So
how it should be.
I think Air Bud is his dad, and Caitlyn Jenner is a woman. And that's
and that's
breaks it down.
And that's Air Bud.
And that's getting cut out of the podcast.
Your own podcast.
The coach's name is Barker. Did you guys pick up on that one?
No.
Coach Barker.
Also,
the one that was
foreshadowing.
beating up that kid.
That was beating up the kid. Yeah.
That's funny.
At first I thought that the coach might have been the kid's son, or sorry, that the kid was the coach's son, which made sense why he was kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But it was not, and that's why the coach was later fired.
Yeah, that's what I figured too. But yeah, once he got fired, I was like, oh, I guess he's not his dad.
I thought the principal was also going to be the kid's mom, and she was married to the coach, but that love story did not end up.
No. What happened to the blonde chick? She was all over Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, that's his name.
Josh. Yeah. Josh Frame.
I think she met Buddy and forgot about Josh.
Yeah, I think so.
I was hoping that the note in his locker was not going to be from his basketball coach / ex-janitor, but it was going to be from that head cheerleader, head of the booster club. That was looking to kiss him and Buddy.
Yeah, nice little peck on the lips, little kid kiss.
Did you guys have tryouts for sports in your school?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I was saying, Eric, that I'm pretty sure if this was a farm town, that's why the dog made the team. If I grew up in this town or your town, I'm going all state.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. I was all conference, and I went out halfway through the season and I tore every ligament in my knee, and I was still all conference. So
yeah, I'm 3-sport athlete captain, going all pro.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, you'd have to.
Dog can make it.
The craziest thing in my town, the whole team was dogs. I was the only human.
It was hard enough just playing with a pack of dogs in the park, abandoned lot.
Oh my god! Now that I think about it,
you related to Air Bud in this movie, not any of the humans.
Yeah,
the outsider.
The part. Well, yeah, we didn't have tryouts at my school, but when they dropped the flyer into his locker, is that normal for tryouts for sports? Like to have some secret society, like Skulls type meeting?
Yeah, it was normally, I feel like they put it on if they put it on a flyer, it's like so everyone in the school can see, but yeah, I guess not.
No, that's not how it was done for me. It was after the third or fourth day, you'd go into the coach's office and have a talk with him, and he'd tell you if you made it or not, and then that was it.
Yeah. Well, one thing that did stand out to me that I did relate to is when the coach asked Josh to be the manager of the team, because one time I played football and I was starting to be okay. I was never like that good, but I was starting to do okay. And the basketball coach called me and my close friend, who were both started like varsity football, and we thought, oh, he's going to ask us to play basketball. We don't want to play basketball. We want to work out so we can train for football. And he calls us in. He goes, listen, I know you guys are serious about football, but I want you guys to consider being the managers of the team. And it fucking crushed me. Because previously to that, I didn't take it, but I don't know about you guys. The managers were always either mentally or physically handicapable people. And then they asked me to do it.
Wrong.
It was always some kid who was very brave.
very brave, but couldn't. You can't run up the middle, and
Yeah,
lay out
and then-
a 200-pound linebacker.
and and then me, and then they asked me to do it. Man,
Yeah, I think we had tryouts freshman year, but I think like once sophomore, junior, senior year came, everyone kind of just knew, who was playing, who was on the team, and who wasn't.
The principal, when Buddy first goes into the game and they do like a halftime show, and the principal and the cute girl that's into Josh, she's goes up to Buddy and she calls him Michael Woof Jordan.
Yeah.
That's her nickname. And I thought, like, that's not even clever at all. Like, she just put Woof in between Michael Jordan. So I came up with some better nicknames.
All right.
So first one,
Yeah, let me hear 'em.
first one, easiest one right off the bat. Charles Barkley. That's
Yeah,
a no-brainer.
Why did they say that in the movie?
My brain jumped to this immediately. Second one, Scotty Pawpin. Easy enough. Kevin Fur Ant. Okay.
All right, not as good.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That one's a good one.
And finally, Julius Irving.
Another drool one.
Focusing on drool, yeah, a little heavy.
Yeah.
Drool heavy.
But
That's how the
So-
creative process works.
The joke in this was the ref asking, and the refs in most of the Air Buds as well. The fat ref, I recognized him from the soccer one as well, which was
World
my
Pup?
favorite. And no, not World Pups. The original soccer one.
You a big what's that movie called? Green
Green, yeah, the big green.
The Big
Oh, that's a
Green.
good
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
is fucking awesome.
What was I just talking about?
Yeah,
the,
not really.
the fat refs.
Oh yeah, he was in everything. But a good line was the ref asking the coach, the ex-janitor coach, if the dog can dribble, and he goes, "No, but he might drool a little."
Mm-hmm. That was good.
My favorite
fucking-
line of him is when he's like, doesn't say in the rule book he can't play.
Yeah. There's nothing in the rule book.
What about
So-
common sense and decency? And
Well, they only had
sportsmanship?
4 players because of a chickenpox outbreak that
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah.
No,
There's a chicken on the other team.
That throws a wrench in your. That throws a wrench in your whole getting benched for Air Bud theory.
yeah, I thought. Well, I mean, later on though, in the football and the soccer one,
Yeah,
he had to. He,
yeah,
Air
he's starting
Bud-
over tens of thousands of humans.
Yeah, he took someone's spot in all the other ones.
Mhm.
Played baseball. His kids later on went to space. There's so many movies, so many of these Air Bud movies, and I did a little research. There are other animal-based movies that are under the title of Air Bud Presents, like Fast
Oh,
and
shit.
Furious or Tyler Perry. Like the big
What-
2 production studios, Air
Most
Bud
valuable-
and Tyler Perry.
Most valuable primate, was that under it?
That was one. There's another one where there's a monkey or a chimp that's a spy.
Mm.
Why?
Ew.
Yeah.
Does he wear a suit in it? Is
Say,
the
"Get
cover of him
smart."
wearing a tuxedo?
Yeah, yes, he does. Well, there's and I looked up the composer for this. The person who did the scoring and the music almost works exclusively in like animal doing human things movies.
Yeah. There's a lot of crossover on these actors. The main guy was in Most Valuable Primate as well, and like, of course, all the other Air Buds, but a couple other people that I were Googling were in other animal-based productions.
Well, dude, in '97, like this would have been the equivalent of signing like a Marvel deal. Like you get 15 movies, they're all going to cross over. We're doing a big one in 20 years.
I thought, like you said, like World Pup and, well, I guess Space Pup doesn't work, but like at what point do the sequels then you just think of a wordplay title and then work back from there?
That's what Sam said earlier. Yeah, 7th inning fetch.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Hump set spike. That was the volleyball one.
Volleyball one was good. They had him playing volleyball, jumping over nets.
Well, the volleyball, he's got the form down from basketball. He's not using other body parts.
Yeah.
It's just all in his face.
Yeah, I guess that's all he's got.
Man. I got a quick segment I want to do called In Memoriam, and this is where we talk about genres of film that don't exist anymore. And I want to do a quick In Memoriam, a toast to the men dressing up as women in order to get a job, to infiltrate a rival fraternity, to get the girl,
Get their kids back.
Get their kids back, because that's not happening anymore. I watched the movie Some Like It Hot the other night from the 50s.
Classic.
So funny. Highly recommend it. Tootsie's good.
Yeah.
Joanna Man.
Joanna Man, yeah. Basketball. Sorority boys.
Yeah.
White chicks.
So I don't think that. I think if I was born 15 years ago, I could have been in one of those fraternity movies where they dress up as chicks, but I'm kind of cute for a chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're like the main character in Sorority.
I'm like the one. Yeah, I'm like the one where like if you walked in and like halfway through the movie, you'd be like, "Oh, who's the babe?" Wait.
Robin Williams.
Wait, what's that? But yeah, so I just wanted to pay respects to a fallen genre. It was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be dressing up as ladies. Used to be just a goof.
Yeah, you know.
Now
it's who you are. You know.
Keep it up.
You got to run an in memoriam of all our fallen heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't think of it. Gene Wilder probably did it.
He definitely did it.
Martin Lawrence.
Probably.
Yeah, Big Mom.
Martin was Shaniqua. Wasn't that a character? And it was just Martin.
And honestly, Shaniqua could get it.
Yeah. I remember I used to love watching BET growing up. The Wayans brothers, Martin.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff. And that's Talking Jive with
in
The name
color.
of the segment.
It completely gets away from the original purpose.
Talking Jive. Oh,
Man.
God.
Here, before we get into some theories and stuff, this goes back to last week's episode where we talked about Mars Attacks and how it was based off a trading card game and what other things are based off trading cards. So I happened to find in the Showbiz archives a breakdown for the trailer of Solitaire, the movie. We had talked about how funny that would be as a movie, and I did some research, made some calls, and I found it. So if you guys want to pull up your scripts.
Can't believe you goddamn found it.
Yeah. Just let me know when you're all ready, and I'll get it started. I went through and highlighted all of the parts.
I gotta minimize this so I can see everybody while I read this.
All right, I got it.
All right. So, fade in, interior, apartment, night. We hear the sound of shuffling cards fade off into the background. A single mother just getting off a double shift at the hockey puck factory lights up a Pall Mall menthol.
But Mom!
You're going to your grandmother's, no more discussion.
Cut 2, interior, grandma's house, night.
Thanks, Ma. You sure it's not too much trouble?
No problem whatsoever. You know how much I love spending time with my little Jackie clubs.
Cut 2, exterior, grandma's house, night. Mom hugs her son.
Just try to make the most of it, okay?
Cut 2, interior, grandma's house, night. Jackie sits on the couch staring at his phone.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
Oh, we don't have Wi-Fi.
Then how can I play computer games?
The computer is upstairs, but I haven't touched that thing in years.
Thunder shakes the foundation. From the makers of Jumanji. Cut 2, interior, grandma's house, computer room, night. Jackie boots up the computer. The sound of dial-up internet reverberates throughout the house. Thunder strikes again. Jackie jumps. And the nameless director of the Emoji Movie. Jackie picks up the clunky mouse and examines it. He hovers the cursor over the Games tab. It expands, revealing one singular game, solitaire.
This bites.
Thunder rumbles again, this time feeling like it's right on top of them, accompanied by a lightning strike. Jackie's hand grabs toward the mouse, almost like it's out of his control. He double-clicks on solitaire. The loading bar pops up. Jackie is unfamiliar.
What the?
Bang! Jackie is sucked into the computer, the corded mouse dangling helplessly. And the producers of Uno the Musical. Cut 2, interior castle, main hall, day.
Where am I?
Welcome to solitaire. Ha ha ha.
Jackie, panicked, looks around to find stacks of people laying on top of each other, foot to head style, aka 69. Coming this fall, Kevin Hart is Ace of Clubs.
Listen, here's the thing. Let me explain. No!
Woody Allen is Joker.
You know, they say that Joker's a wild, but this Joker's just tired.
Nathan Lane is the Queen of Hearts.
Are you like the queen from Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, darling, but she would take heads. I'm more of a giver. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the Two of Diamonds.
Call me Deuce.
The reviews are in. New York Times. Somehow felt more alone watching this movie than playing the game. Also starring Kanye West.
Always bet on black.
That's the wrong game.
Robert Downey Jr.
Listen here, buddy, pal, amigo.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Wait, what is this? Tupac's hologram.
Listen, I'm not dead. I'm the real Tupac. My body was taken from me. You gotta help.
Vin Diesel. Johnny Drama from Entourage. Vinny, why are we playing games? I'm trying to get some pussy.
Roger Ebert. I'm glad I'm dead. Martin Scorsese.
In what's already being called the biggest flop in movie history, Scarlett Johansson is the Queen of Spades. Scarlett and The Rock, a.k.a. Deuce, sit on the castle wall, staring into each other's eyes.
This is all over. You think we can finally be together?
If you play your cards right.
Solitaire, the movie, a Weinstein Bros production. Fade to black. Woo! Man,
I'm excited for that.
I can't wait for that.
I'm pumped. I can't wait.
Some pussy.
Blockbuster of the year.
See Johnny Drama not score, and
I just like that they listed him as Johnny Drama from Entourage.
Yeah.
not even his real name.
The actor's name.
No one's going to know Kevin Dillon.
Yeah. Man, this was the last movie the Weinstein Bros put out before, everything happened.
Quarantine.
Who's the other brother?
Before quarantine. Harvey and
they're not.
It's probably for the best. That he's pretty happy that people don't remember his name.
They're not friends anymore. That's what I heard.
Yeah, they have their bagel shop and that's it.
Bob
Bros bagels.
Weinstein.
Bobby Wines.
Bobby Wines.
Baby. Come on.
Bobby baby, work with me.
I wonder what he's up to. I bet he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Man. All right. So
one thing I actually liked about this movie, I mean, us being from Chicago, was I'm watching The Last Dance that just came out. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the documentary about the Bulls. But they I knew they were huge, but I just didn't realize how huge, they were. And they have so many references of Rodman, Pippen, Air Jordan, and Air Bud for the movie. So it was kind of cool seeing the documentary right now and then watching Air Bud, 25 years later and being all coming together. You know what I mean?
The kid on the team that stands up for the main guy gets bullied beat up by the coach keeps used chewed up gum from Dennis Rodman. I would not want to put that in my sock.
You might get some hepatitis or
He's
something.
got, apple core from Sean Kemp.
Yeah, you guys.
Scottie
Orange peel.
Pippen's orange peel. Yeah.
This kid's gross.
Yeah, I gotta watch The Last Dance.
Dude, it's fucking amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah, I gotta watch that too.
Because you don't really know how much of a story it is. I mean, for me, I was just like, oh, it's just gonna be them winning games, but no, it's like so much shit that Jordan had to go through, Pippen, Rodman. So it's cool.
Yeah, are there any white leads?
Krause, and he's like the devil. So
damn.
Yeah, the rich white man's evil.
yeah.
Dennis Rodman, he was like he was off the wall absurd back in the day, and like a headline maker for what he was doing. Now I think people would just be like, oh, good on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you married yourself? That's incredible, inspiring. You're so
brave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Like,
Put him on.
Who did that?
It's got to be hard to be like shocking these days. You know, you have to be like racist or whatever, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No, that's not cool. You know, you just get.
It is hard to shock now.
Yeah. That used to be, speaking of sports, when we'd run an all-out blitz, I was calling the plays. I was the defensive captain, and my coach would throw up the shocker, the two in the pink, one in the stink. He would throw it from the sidelines, and I'd look. I go, shocker, and then we'd hit every hole. That was what it meant. That we'd blitz through every hole. That was high school.
That's great. You had some really interesting football coaches.
Yeah, dude.
Watching pornos instead of film tape, you know, throwing up shocker signs.
Well, I mean, we were studying those pornos just like if it was game film. It's like, all right, they're drawing on it with like they do, like John Madden would do. He's circling tits.
Yeah. Now you see the rotation on his forearms. Yeah.
Now, what you're going to want to do, you want to go down, then you're going to want to circle around. That's how I learned what a hitch and go was.
You're going to want to penetrate the O-line, and then you're going to want to circle around.
Wait, can you say that again? I missed it.
I missed those guys. That was like the playbook in American Pie, the sex manual that they keep in the library.
The tongue twister, or was it the tongue tornado or something like that?
Tongue tornado is what.
I actually just watched that recently. My roommate's girl. Yeah, I was watching my roommate perform it on his. Like, oh, this is interesting stuff. No, she's never seen the movie, so I just saw it recently.
It's a classic.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you guys have any other things about the movie, or any theories you want to talk about?
My only theory is the bully kid, Larry, who's like, he's the good player on the basketball team. He's a ball hog. Once Josh gets introduced and the janitor is teaching him about teamwork, the kid moves to a different city so he can play them in the championship. He goes on to an old movie that I saw on Netflix called Rampage, where it's this guy who puts on a bulletproof. It's just a whole movie of a guy pretty much doing like a school shooting. Honestly, like, he puts on a full suit of body armor, frames one of his buddies, and goes on a shooting spree. And then they ended up making 2 or 3 more of them where he kills the president in one of them. And it's just like a sad kid. Larry must grow up after he loses the championship to that dog to then go on a rampage, if you will. And he's got school shooter vibes written all over him on this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it was Rampage, like the new The Rock monkey. And I'm like, man, this guy's life has been terrorized by sentient animals, like giant apes tearing him apart.
Ape.
That's pretty good.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
I still have to
shoot
see
him up, but the bad guy does win in it. So I don't know if you need to watch it.
Yeah, we need more bad guys winning.
Some would say that Air Bud was the bad guy.
I mean, he kind of was the only one at fault throughout this whole thing, and got off pretty scot-free.
I mean, he basically used this family to become a star, you know?
Yeah.
My main theory I had was that the janitor, aka Arthur Chaney, but he doesn't go by Arthur Chang anymore. Doesn't want to, be associated with that. He said that man's dead. That he eventually rose through the ranks and worked his way up to be a security guard at a museum that comes to life. And he works with Ben Stiller in Night at the Museum because he's got janitor experience. He's got handyman experiences.
Turns out he needs some money though, so he robs that museum.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my big one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, real quick though, I made a point to write down that I love in movies when they do unorthodox coaching methods.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was doing the fake passing of the ball and like the cleaning up the trash in Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then like painting the fence in Karate Kid.
I didn't realize it until right now, but my freshman year soccer coach who's a fucking moron, had us play with an invisible ball for a couple weeks. Like
he couldn't afford a ball.
Like to start practice off, like thought it was freshman soccer. Like, what are you doing, my man? Thought my first name was Leahy. He didn't know my first name.
Yeah.
Like my name was written down on a sheet and he didn't know my first name for years.
To be fair, I don't know your first name.
Sounds like he was drunk.
I had a football coach that thought my name was Gary. He thought my name was Gary Smith. Because he heard like Erik Scott in passing, and he just like that's what he put together.
Gary Smith.
Yeah, they're very similar. That's
he looked at me. He goes, you Gary, get in there. And I was like, who? He goes, Gary, that's you. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then for my whole high school career, everyone in school called me Gary. My nickname in high school was Gary.
It's just a different name.
It was just a different name.
Like
I had shirts.
When you went home that night to your mom, you're like, hey, Eric, how was the game? You're like, it's not Eric anymore, Ma. It's Gary.
Yeah. Eric's dead, Ma. Gary's back. I had shirts that that said it's Gary time, and I sold them to people in high school. I'll send you one.
How many people?
I would love to wear one.
I had a bunch. Yeah. Shoot me a message if you're interested in It's Gary Time t-shirt. I'll sell them.
I like to picture you trying like to really latching onto this because it's like a chance to get attention. And like you're passing out It's Gary Time t-shirts and no one even knows like who you are or what you're talking about.
They thought I was Gary because they didn't even know my real name.
Yeah.
They didn't get that it was a joke. No, listen to this. One time we were it was like homecoming or something. And we're on I was middle linebacker. They're on the 2-yard line right in the end zone, and all the students would be in the end zone. So they're like to my back, and I just hear them start, Gary. They got a Gary chant going, and then I made the stop, I think, or maybe I didn't. But either way, all I remember was the Gary chant, and I fucking loved it. Man, high school, baby.
High school sports, baby.
My best memory of high school is people not remembering my name.
They thought your name was Gary, so they just thought you were like a loser for having like It's Eric Time shirts. They didn't even realize it was a joke.
Oh man, God, maybe high school wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Right?
Goddamn. I think we got to a lot of things both through the movie and my own personal.
We've made a lot of progress here.
Oh man,
Tremendous growth.
I hope you guys take my my insurance. This is better than therapy. Man. All right, Armand, you got any theories?
No, not really. I was gonna try to tie something with Schneebly with the Green Mile, but his character in the Green Mile is too soft for his character for this movie, so it wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Same with Jurassic Park 3. I mean, you can say like he's a clown, and then he's bad at that, so he tried to be a soldier, and he gets eaten by a dinosaur.
Classic story.
Clown to soldier to dinosaur settler.
Happens every year.
We've seen it all before. We've heard it. Man. Great.
Yeah, I think
So-
I think we have a call in. Ring, ring.
Yeah, yeah. Just a just a
Doing
little
all the work yourself.
just a little forewarning. The person on the phone, they wanted their identity to be hid, and their voice to be morphed.
No,
So
that's like
So we'll do our
yeah.
best not to ask.
No. I
for
mean, feel
anything.
free. They just don't want to. They didn't want to. They didn't want to say it before. If you can guess it, go ahead. But we'll see him on the line. So,
I think we're getting connected. Hello.
gonna patch him in. Hello.
Yeah. Who's this?
I'd prefer not to have my name out there. I heard you're talking. I am one of the stars of Air Bud.
Oh, how was working on that feature? Was it fun?
The actual filmmaking process was amazing. I had a pretty long career out of it. Some could say. Some
Awesome.
could say a franchise.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about is the audition process. I started off as an open call. They came to several pounds and animal shelters to find a main actor. And I went through the process there, and it was great. And then I had to do one final meeting with now disgraced movie producer
No. We kind of got on this.
Harvey Weinstein.
Have you been listening to the episode?
What
I have been tuning into the episode. I was glad that
it's crazy that you're calling. You who will not be named. I'm actually very interested in how the whole process went. Did you feel uncomfortable, unsafe when you went into the at the time? I mean, I guess at the time you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So can you explain how that all went down?
Yeah. I started off just as an actor. I could shoot a basketball pretty well. And then the peanut butter came out, and he knows that I'm a sucker for peanut butter.
And a liquor.
And he got me drunk, and he started putting that GIF all around his butt.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Sorry for laughing.
I mean, looking back at it is pretty funny now. But
time heals all wounds.
I mean, did you eat your fill, or?
I mean, I got a 7-picture deal out of it, so it
was it worth it?
I mean, I would do it again in a heartbeat. Some would say I have no choice. I fucking love peanut butter so much.
Yeah. Did he use creamy, or was it chunky?
It was chunky, but I don't know if the peanut butter was creamy. But it's
I'm really sorry this happened to you. Have you received any compensation, or have you gotten your word out there that
oddly enough, they just sent me more peanut butter. That's the only thing I know how to.
So did they paid you in?
It paid me in peanut butter.
We apologize for any kind of laughter that you may be hearing. But how you doing now? Are you doing well? Have you never been the same since, or?
Well, after the third movie, they chopped my balls off, and it's real brutal
your kids
there.
up to space.
They took my kids to space. They chopped my balls off. It really, yeah. I was one of the biggest stars on the planet for the time, but
at what cost?
2 testicles and 7 puppies. But hey, that's showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz, baby. Well, we're glad to have you on. It's an honor to meet you. Big fan of the movie. Thought you were great in it.
I appreciate that.
How old are you by now? I'm just out of curiosity.
In my years or your years?
Human years,
Mexican years.
In Mexican years, yeah. In brown years,
Well, in brown years, that you guys don't age as quickly. I'm a white 76. I'm a dog 200, and I'm a Mexican teenager. Man.
Well, thank you, man.
Well, I think I hear the mailman. I gotta get going. I gotta
All right,
skip out of here.
take it easy, dude. I'll see you later.
Have a good one. Wow, what an interesting call-in.
Yeah, I don't know whether to laugh or be sad. You know,
I mean, I
think a little bit of
I don't
both.
know. Yeah, I think a little bit of both. I mean, I wish him well. I wish his career well.
I think Leahy is disgusted and went to the bathroom to throw up.
Makes sense. It was some pretty horrific stories, and who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows? But I hope Bud. I mean, Buddy. I mean, not Buddy. I hope he's doing well, and wish him all the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for calling in.
Our call-in, it ended. He said he had to go
Yeah.
chase the mailman or something. Hear the UPS driver coming in. Man. So overall,
what a movie.
Air Bud, I give it 4 paws way up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I give it 2 red rockets all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did get hands in, and we got a fake dog hand going in there as well when they did like the 1, 2, 3 team. That was a good touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great movie. It really made me like as soon as I finished watching it in my bed this morning, I went on the floor and just cuddled with my dog for
Yeah, made me want a dog, made me miss my golden retriever. I would yell a lot at my dog saying, you know, you ain't shit, you're not Air Bud. I'd throw basketballs at it.
Yeah.
Nothing, never did anything.
Catch the ball.
You were also a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you doing? But yeah, check out Air Bud. Watch the whole series. You got time.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time. We got probably another year
Watch
till-
the whole. Watch all the
sports.
Air Bud presents. You know, the guy started his own studio.
Mm-hmm. Air Bud presents Hobbs and Shaw, dude. Check it out.
Now that's a movie. Well, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of quarantine. Watch a bunch of movies. Thanks for tuning in. If you can, subscribe on iTunes. Tell a friend. That'd probably be the biggest thing, is to tell somebody about the pod. That would be huge.
Go tell too many people.
Call Sam's job. Tell them about it. He works at the Motorola kiosk at the mall.
Check
Thanks
it out.
for listening. And
Now's the time to
keep
listen.
tuning in. Keep watching. Keep sitting.
Bye.
Peace.